Hey y'all, it's Kim coming to you from Houston, Texas, and welcome to episode 4 of the Kimchilada Mostly Crochet podcast. Well, before I get into anything, I just want to apologize in advance for any coughing, sneezing, or throat clearing. I have been sick for about 2 weeks. So yeah, I apologize. If any of that, I'll try to cut as much out as I can. So that being said, let's get started. Finished objects. I don't have many because I've been sick. I haven't really had a chance to work on anything until about 2 days ago, and since then I've been frantically working on stuff just because I was like, I'm gonna look like a failure on my podcast. I didn't get nothing done, which again, I know y'all are not really, I feel like y'all are not on, the edge of your seat waiting to see what I've been doing. There I go already. But I have one finished object, and that is my socks. My socks are done. Now these are blue mule fiber in the colorway Lonesome Dove. It is, oh, I got a hair. There's a long hair, not my hair. One of them, my children's hair. 2 of them. Oh my God. Lonesome Dove. This is 75% merino, 25% silk, and blue mule fiber. Isn't that pretty? They just look very Easter or like confetti cake to me. This is the pattern Vanilla Socks on 9-inch circulars by Crazy Sock Lady. There's a video that accompanies the pattern that is free on YouTube. She has them on 9-inch DPNs, on 9-inch DPNs. Oh my God. 9-inch circulars or on DPNs. I think she also does like 2 at a time, toe up, all kinds. And they're free on YouTube, but you can pay for the written pattern, which I did. So I can watch other YouTube videos and just read the pattern. So those are done. I love them. I love them so much. Like on my person, I like to wear like black and very neutral colors. But when it comes to socks, I like some crazy socks. Like I got a secret. You think it's all doom and gloom? No. Birthday cake socks. So I have those done. And that is the only thing I have finished. That's the only thing I could push myself to do while being ill, was to work on these. But I mean, I love them. I'm really starting to fall in love with knitting, at least knitting socks. They're just tiny little movements. And then boom, you have a sock. So love those. So that's done. That's my only finished object this week. Works in progress. I said at that time. My whips. My Magikarp hat that I talked about last time. Sorry. It's still not done, clearly, since it's a work in progress. Why do I even have this in here? But I have more done on it. I'm almost done with all the pieces. So I have the body. This is made with Karen Simply Soft in the color Mango. And then this is also Karen Simply Soft. I don't know. I just wanted to use up. I have a lot of like single skeins or less than a skein of yarn back from when all I really did was hats, where all you really needed was a skein, and I'm trying to use it up, so I used that for this. So it's a little holier than I would like, but it's using up my yarn. So I have that done. This is the top spike, the bottom spike, finny spikes on him. His tail is done. The side fins are almost done. I have I think it's just one more row of like orange that goes around the edge on both of those, and one of his eyeballs done. So I just need to do that little trim on the side fins, another eyeball, piece it together, and then I think for like his whiskers, it's just like braids, like braided yarn. So I'm almost done with that, hoping I can get that done. And that is the Magikarp Slouchy Hat by Becca de Kroon. It's a paid for pattern. It is $5 Canadian. I don't know what that is in US dollars, but $5 Canadian. It's a good pattern. I like it. I like it a lot. It's getting the job done. I'm hoping, I have a lot of gold, so I was thinking of, if you're into Pokemon, like if it's, watch me be wrong, like confidently incorrect here. But I believe with Pokemon, if you have like a different colored one, it's considered a shiny. So I have a lot of a gold color, like what I used for the spikes. And I think I might make another one in gold and then be like, it's a shiny Magikarp. He's gold. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So that's there. The next thing, he has been dormant forever. And I feel bad about it. This is another one for my best friend that I did the Sam from Trick or Treat for. And he's a vampire. And he's huge. He's a big boy, the little vampire. By, what is it? Lolly Lala. And she has a bunch of different characters. Like there's a little fox one. There's a bunch of different ones. So I have this done. I have his body, his feetsies done. I thought I had both arms done and just needed to attach them, but I couldn't find one of them. So I had to work on one of the arms yesterday. So I finished up. I had just like a few more rounds on one of his feet and the other one just needed to be like shut. So I did that. And then I also, I like to make myself suffer. I felt like his neck was too wobbly last night. So I, through his leg, reached up inside of him with like 2 fingers that I could and ripped out like all the stuffing from his body. So I could put in a stick. I have like a wooden stick inside of his neck to make him a little more firm. And then restuffed him real tight. That took forever. But excuse me. But yeah, so we're getting somewhere on him. All that's left is his ears, and I have one done. You have to make 4 of these, and you sandwich like 2 of them together to make them a little stiffer. So he has one of them is out of the 4 is done, and then he has a little purple cape and a bow tie, and he'll be done. And I don't know if I feel like maybe I put his eyes a little higher than I should have. And I'm kind of tempted to give him a mouth, but like a really ridiculous mouth that's just going to be like a straight line and 2 little triangle teeth. Like, I feel like that'd be cute. And I really love this pattern. It's just, it calls for fingering weight yarn, and I'm using worsted weight. I'm using Hobby Lobby's. I love this yarn because that's what I just had lying around. And so yeah, so he's a big boy. I feel like this pattern would be a really cute Wednesday Addams. Like even as is, just add a little skirt, the collar, and little braids, and I feel like he'd be like perfect Wednesday Addams. What you think? I like him a lot. He's really cute. And yeah, so that's Vlad by Lolly Lala. This is a paid for pattern. It is 550 euros, which comes out to a little less than $7 US dollars. But I love it. The pattern is very detailed. Great pattern. I love it. I want to buy some of the other creatures, but I hate amigurumis. I hate them. It's so hard on my hands. I don't know how people just make amigurumis, especially big ones. It takes so long, and my hands just, they hate me. But I mean, I guess it's worth it because look how cute. I want his widow's peak to go down further, but like it's already kind of, I don't know if you can tell, it's kind of already pooling at the stitch that I put it on, so I didn't want to put it any lower and have it be pooling even worse. But I wish it was a sharper little point, but whatever, it'll do. So that's him, working on him. And then what else am I working on? I'm working on, okay, so this is, the crocheting is done on this. It's another project that I've just had laying dormant off to the side for no good reason. And this is another Twisted Crochet, Twisted Witch Hat by Crochetverse. And yeah, it's the crocheting is done. I just need to either decide if I want to put wire or just pin this in place to have it be curled. And I'm adding all these little stars because to me it looks like a night sky. So this is Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. I don't know what the colors are. This top blue is Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn that I had lying around. And then this navy blue is another. Can you even tell that it's a navy blue? Yeah, you can. So it goes to this navy blue, and then to black for the brim. And I'm just putting these stars on. I have like 4 more stars, and I wanted to embroider maybe like little lines so it would look like shooting stars or maybe some swirls, but I feel like I've already been putting this aside for so long that I should just add the stars and call it a day. So the stars are on there. I need to, I don't know if you can see all these loose strings I have in here that I need to weave in from tying the stars on. I need to do that, and this is supposed to be in my Etsy shop for sale. I wanted to get it up before Halloween, but I've been sick. I have been so sick, which I will talk about at the end. But yeah, so there's that project. I managed to add on like 4 stars today. My son is being very clingy today, so I've been trying to power through getting as much done as I could before filming today, and he's just been like, no, I want attention. So that's getting there. I wonder if I can put this on over my hair. No. No. What was I thinking? Well, there's that. And then, oh, and this is a paid for pattern by Crochetverse. It is $4.50 and it's so worth it. Absolutely love it. This is my this is my 4th that I'm working on. Yeah, this is my 4th one. And they're awesome. I want to make more for like Christmas gifts. I feel like maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, moving on. And my last project is another classic cuffed hat. That blacklight hat that I showed. I don't know if it was last time or the time before that. Possibly the time before that. Same pattern by Pearl Soho. Yes, Pearl Soho. Another one where I'm trying to use up my scrap yarns. And this yarn is so pretty. I've been sleeping on this yarn. Oh my god. So for the cuff, I used some Caron Simply Soft Brights that I've had forever in turquoise. I used up pretty much all that I have of that. I have a tiny little bit left, and I'm thinking of making a pom-pom. And then this is Lion Brand Tweed Stripes. Do they still make that? Do they still make Lion Brand Tweed Stripes? If they do, I feel like I need to get more because I am loving these colors. And I don't know if it should be enough, right? This is a decent amount. I think this should be enough to finish this hat. And if not, I wanted to try to gradient it to, I have some purple. Caron Simply Soft was my favorite yarn to buy because it's so soft for hats. And yeah, so I have a lot of that, and I have some purple. I feel like this would go nice to a solid purple if I needed to, but I think this will be enough to make the whole hat. So I'm working on that, and yeah, love it. I'm just using up, like I said, I don't even know why I make hats. I don't have anybody. My brother-in-law used to wear hats all the time, so anytime I made hats, I just gave them to him, and he doesn't do that anymore. So now I don't know who I'm making hats for, but I like to do them. It's simple. It's just knitting in a circle, which is why I like doing the socks, but I didn't want to do another sock. Too much concentration. I really should try knitting a sock with an afterthought heel where you just knit the long tube and your toe, like you do your cuff, just a tube, and then the toe, and then you can cut, and that's what gets me. That's how I'm like, where you cut your knitting to then put in the heel afterwards, which has me a little worried, but it seems like the best thing because you can just knit forever until you've got the length of your sock. I don't know. We'll see. I'm dreaming too big probably for now. My knitting skills aren't up there. So yeah, that's all I've got this time because I've been sick. I forgot to talk about acquisitions, so I apologize that I didn't plug the microphone back in. Sound quality and angle is slightly different for this part. But real quick, acquisitions. I didn't get very much. I didn't plan on getting much, but I had to make a trip to Hobby Lobby, and I'm trying to not buy from Hobby Lobby because reasons. And that vampire, I ran out of that black Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn because I think that's what I used on the black part of that hat. So I had to go buy some of that. So I went to buy that, bought a skein of that, and while I was there, I bought a knitting needle. I bought a size 7 32 inch bamboo knitting needle. Is it just me, or is there just like, maybe it's always been like this, but I never noticed because I've never really been a knitter. But there are no knitting needles in the stores. Like, there's no options. This was the only one. I was hoping to find a 40-inch, and this was as big as it goes. And it's bamboo, which I've never used before. I'm kind of concerned. But I got this for the hat that I'm working on. I'd rather not do double pointed needles for the decreases. I want to try doing magic loop to do the decreases this time. So, I mean, hopefully it works out. So I got that for $3.99. Bamboo. So that, not very exciting, but I got that. And then. I don't know why I bought this. But I saw it and I wanted it. There wasn't even a sale. But I'm weak. So I bought this red heart roll with it melange in the color Catwalk. Because look at it. Just look at it. It's so pretty. I don't know what I'm going to make with this. But I saw it and I just had to have it. It's so, I don't know. I don't know. If you have any ideas for this, let me know. And then I'm trying to get into the habit of buying multiples, so I have enough yarn for multiple projects, but I didn't want to buy, this was actually the only one they had, and they had it like at the top of the shelf where you're supposed to ask for like employees to help you, but I managed to reach this one. So, and this was the only one they had. They didn't have any more on the shelf or anything. This was the only one. So I got this one. And then I bought this Yarn Bee, Warm and Cozy in the color Olive. Now this is, what is this made of? Is this all acrylic? Yeah, this is 100% acrylic, and I think this is too. What is this? Oh, no. So 78% acrylic, 13% nylon, 9% polyester. This olive color to go with it. I don't know what I'm gonna make with it, but it was calling me. If you have any ideas, please let me know, because I don't know. I don't know what to do with this. It shows a shawl pattern, but I don't know. And I said I wasn't really a shawl girl, but my shawl that I made, my Edlothia, I've been using the crap out of. My friend was like, what's the point of that? It's not gonna keep you warm. And I said, no, it's actually doing a pretty good job. I'm keeping it on my computer chair. So maybe I do become a shawl person, or maybe it's just that one. But yeah, if you have any ideas for what I can do with these two, please let me know. And that's all I got. So back to, I'm just gonna edit this in and let's get back to whatever the hell I was talking about before. Let me tell y'all about my being sick situation. So I even had a family member, because I posted on Facebook when I said I was sick, that was like, how are you sick? You don't go anywhere. Because she came in from out of town and I refused to go visit her. She went to go visit my mother, who lives a few houses down from me, and I haven't seen my mother since the beginning of this pandemic. I have not. I am taking my quarantining, social distancing very seriously. The only place that I go other than the grocery store is the craft store. And even when I'm there, I go during the day when there's less people there. And while I'm there, I'm like dodging people. Like, I skip aisles just because there's somebody in the aisle I want to go to, and will wander. And I walk on the far side of the aisles. Like, I'm deadly serious about my social distancing. So yeah, so I haven't gone anywhere, but not this past Monday. The Monday before that, my son had a doctor's appointment. It was his 2-year appointment, and I thought he had vaccinations, and he does not have vaccinations. And if I had known he didn't have vaccinations, I would not have taken him to the doctor, to be perfectly honest with you, because sick people are at the doctor. I think it's too risky. They're not really going to do anything but weigh him, check his height and all that, and I didn't think it was necessary, but I thought he needed vaccines, and he did not. So we went to the doctor, and the entire building is covered in signs telling you to wear a mask. And 2 women went into the waiting room for his doctor like older women. Like I think one of them was like a teenager, and then the other one was an adult woman, and neither of them were wearing masks. And I was immediately like, because my son is too small to wear a mask. He just hit, I think they say 2 and up is when they need to start wearing masks. And I mean, he just turned 2. And my mother-in-law even just gave him some masks for his birthday, little tiny masks. I was like, oh, they're so little. They're too big for him. He's too small. Like he can't, I make very small babies. So he's too small. He doesn't fit masks. He's not wearing masks. And I didn't think it'd be a problem because everyone else should be wearing masks. Well, these 2 women are not wearing masks in the doctor's office. And not only that, but they are actively trying to get my son to go to them, like jingling keys and stuff. And I'm trying to grab him as nicely as I can away. Be like, oh no, don't try to take her keys. Like trying to play it off like it's just me trying to keep him from not taking stuff from them. When really I'm like, you don't have a mask on, freaking out. So I'm kind of blaming them. It could have been the other children that were there that were too young, that were sick, that gave it to us, but I'm blaming the maskless women. To me, it was the maskless women. So we were fine that day. I was on edge the whole day because of that, because I've been thinking worst case scenario, what if we get the Rona? But it was fine. The next day, I think it was the next day, or maybe not. It might have actually been Wednesday, but my son got sick. He was very cuddly, very calm, very tired. And I was like, oh, someone's very tired today. And then he threw up on me. And I was like, oh, that's what it was. He's not tired. He's sick. He feels unwell. He threw up on me. But didn't really give me any other issues other than the one time he threw up. Here comes Thursday. I start feeling sick. Not like a sore throat, not a fever, just like my nose is running and a general just fatigue, I guess, just generally not feeling well and a runny nose with a sneeze. So I'm like, oh no, I'm starting to get sick. And then my husband was like worried. He was worried, and I was like, I don't think it's anything to worry about. I don't have a sore throat or anything. It could just be allergies for all we know. I don't think it's anything to worry about yet. Well, here comes Friday. My temperature starts to slightly go up. Like it's now at like 99.6, and I'm like, oh no, it's coming for me. My throat starts to hurt a little more, and I'm like, oh gosh, this is it. My husband comes home from work and he's like, you need to get tested. And I said, I don't want to go get tested unless if I have a fever or anything. I feel like it's not necessary. It could just be a regular cold. It could the flu. It doesn't necessarily have to be the Rona. And I'm the type of person that does not like to go to the doctor. I don't like it. So knowing that I have to go to get tested for coronavirus and they, shove that swab in your nose, I don't want to do it. So I was just trying to come up with anything else. So you know what, when I get like a real fever and my throat hurts, then I'll go get tested. Well, here comes Saturday. My throat hurts and all that jazz. So I made an appointment. Actually, I think I'm having my timelines wrong. Actually, I think, you know what, I am. Friday night, I went ahead and made the appointment since I had the fever. So Saturday afternoon, I had to go get tested. I go get tested, and they have you test yourself. Like they give you the swab and they tell you to put it in your nose. Like in the drive-thru, they watch you and they tell you to put it in there, rotate 3 times. And I feel like I possibly did it wrong. I don't know. Because it was just so quick that I did it. But I was doing it and she was like, okay. So I figured she saw me and said I thought I did it right. I don't know. So anyway, I got tested. My roommate, my best friend lives with us. My roommate, he also went ahead and scheduled to get tested because he had been around me so that they would know his job. My husband had already contacted his job, let them know what's going on. So Sunday, roommate got tested. They told my husband to stay home from work until they have like a specific health people in charge of coronavirus stuff. So for him to wait until they call him. So they called him. I got my results Tuesday, negative, no coronavirus. I did that right into the mic. I'm so sorry. Anyway, so results came Tuesday. I don't have coronavirus. They called my husband. He tells them she got tested. She doesn't have it. And they said, well, being that she got tested so early after having symptoms, it could be a false negative. So you need to go ahead and quarantine yourself for 14 days. So my husband has been home all week, and he gets all next week also off quarantining himself for coronavirus. And I'm doing better. I'm almost better. I just have I still have a runny nose, I had a cough, but I have no fatigue, no fever, no sore throat. So I really don't think it was coronavirus. Roommate's test came back. He's negative. He's going back to work today. He's been off all week. And yeah, so that's going on. The baby never got any more sick than he was. My daughter has been sniffling, but she's kind of always sick. She always has allergies. She's constantly dripping. I don't know what's wrong with that girl. She takes an allergy pill every day, and she's still just constantly a drippy mess. So she's the same as always, basically. I'm not worried about her really being sick. Nothing else, no fever, no sore throat, nothing else from her. The baby's been fine, other than that one time he threw up on me. My husband started thinking that maybe he was getting sick and it was all in his mind. He's fine. He's fine. He's on vacation, basically, his quarantine. So, yeah. Hopefully next time I have all of these done. There's no reason this shouldn't be done unless there's something else, some other sickness or something, let's hope not, comes up. And I was almost tempted to not do this week's podcast, but because I know I never set a schedule for uploading, but I really would like to do every 2 weeks, and then maybe every other week I upload something hair related, if I have anything hair related to talk about, because I feel like that's the only other thing of interest that I have going on with me is hair talk. I think, I don't know. But yeah, so hopefully all that stuff is done next time and I have more finished things to show you. I really got to get on the Christmas crafting. I've got a couple of people that I'm already done buying for, but Christmas will creep up on you real quick. I have at least 2 things for sure that I want to make people for Christmas, which is going to be another wild oleander hooded scarf, and then I have a plushie I want to make for somebody that I still haven't decided on what pattern exactly and all that jazz. Yeah, so hope y'all have a good 2 weeks. See y'all in 2 weeks, maybe one if I do upload a hair video. We'll see how that goes. I'm hoping next time I talk to y'all my hair color is changed, because I'm sick of this. I'm so tired of this green. I just want to cover it up, not do any bleaching, just dye over what I got going on, because I'm tired of it. I miss my just regular blue. So hopefully that'll be different and I have cool things to show y'all. Be safe, be good. Feel free to like, subscribe. If you dislike twice. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.